How's it going, everybody? I see a lot of people already in here. I see Big Mike. I see Off the Rest, 351. Thank y'all for coming in. Also, Mike, thank you for coming in because I wanted to say thank you for introducing me to Ryan Hall. I see your link and I clicked on it. And I tell you what, it helped out a lot because our local news here does not go in depth of anything. I'll give a few minutes to see if anybody comes in. This is just a check-in for anybody that was in the path of the storms. Big Mike, I don't know if he was in here a second ago when I was talking. Thank you for introducing me to Ryan Hall. I tell you what, our local forecasters don't do nothing here. They don't know anything. They don't keep up with anything. He kept up with everything. I was on there till 7 o'clock this morning. Kelly Bullock, thank you for stopping in. You was one of the ones I was concerned about. That's what the whole live is for, basically, just to have Kentucky, Tennessee folk come in, make sure everybody's okay. I was blessed. My area did not get hit bad. I think the worst damages we've got in this area. I think my neighbor's roof, part of his roof was on my front porch this morning. I got a half a tree down in my front yard, and my motorcycle, I had to put it out last night so I can put the pull my PT cruiser into the garage, and it got knocked over from the winds. Tim Molina, how's it going? Thank you for stopping in. Fishing with Whiskers. Dale Hayslip. Skull Rush. Yeah, I mean, Ryan Hall. If anybody's in here that hasn't checked out Ryan Hall, y'all, please go check him out. Big Mike was talking about him the other night in the live, and I was like, yeah, I don't need no more subscribers. Unless it's fishing, I'm not gonna pay attention to it. Well, I tell you what, he was a lifesaver last night. He honestly was. He saved countless amount of lives because he was letting people know before the warnings hit. He was telling people to seek shelter. He's like, it's coming your way. It'll be there in a few minutes. 2 minutes later, they issue a warning. He already issued that warning minutes before that. So that's great, Kelly. That's great. That's what I'm worried about. For anybody that wasn't in here, I mean, I see quite a few people. We've only got like 2 or 3 people in here, but the ones that have come in, the ones that don't live here in Kentucky, we had 4 massive tornadoes come through here last night. Massive tornadoes. One of them was on the ground for almost 200 miles of Kentucky by itself. That is insanity, especially in December. Yeah, he tracked a storm that just was unbelievable. Like he said, in December at that, that's just insanity. Nobody would expect it to happen. 3+1, Kelly, is okay. Chris Uselson contacted me, sent me a message this morning. He had contacted a few people and got a hold of a few people. And 3+1 was one of them as far as I'm aware. Give me a second. I will double check that. I'm trying to keep an update on who and has contacted who to find out for sure or who we know is okay. Thomas, how's it going? Thank you for coming in. I'm trying to keep a detailed list of everybody that's been contacted and lets us know. He said you was okay. 3+1 is okay. And I think he said Alicia was okay. Not sure about Van. I'm not sure about Lee Evans, any of them. So if you have any word on them, just please let me know. They may not have power or connection. I know here in Louisville, we didn't get hit bad at all. But our internet and our phone service is spotty at best. So that's right, Banning. That's right. They're in North Carolina. That's great. Vanessa, how's it going? Big Matt, how's it going? we're not going to stay on here long, y'all, maybe an hour at the most. I'm just trying to basically I don't have a community page on my Facebook, on my YouTube. So this is what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to basically make a meeting point where everybody can come together, and if they can't get in here right now due to power or being out or no service, they can always comment on this later, so everybody that's in the fishing community knows that they're okay. You know, like I said, right now, I lost internet service 7 times last night. Power flickered about 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it wasn't, and that was mild. That's good. Thank you, Bullock. Thank you. Yeah, anybody that knows anybody that was in the path of this, that knows they're okay, please just say they're okay in the chat. That's what this whole thing is for. Yeah, nobody's heard from Lee Evans, and it's got me worried because I was watching Ryan Hall last night, and the storm started heading straight towards Brea, which is where he's at, and it had me panicking. So yeah, if anybody hears from anybody or knows of anybody in this that was impacted by this storm, please let us know. Make sure they're okay. If you've heard from them, please let us know. Thank you, JBT. How's it going? So Lee Evans was in chat earlier. That's great. Evan TV, how's it going? That is very great. I'm glad that everybody's dropping these things in, letting us know that everybody's okay. Like I said, I was blessed. Me and my family, my kids, they all live in Louisville. We just had mild storms. I think the worst part that we had was the winds. We had up to 70-mile-an-hour winds, which took my neighbor's roof and knocked over my motorcycle, knocked some of my tree down. But other than that, Katie Collins, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. Also, for anybody that's in here, there's a few things that they've been trying to ask for. I wrote them down to make sure I can go over the topics of them. One is, if you can, donate blood. Get that word out. Right now, we've had over 70 people confirmed dead in Kentucky. We have hundreds in the hospital and hundreds missing. There's been a blood shortage already due to the pandemic. Now it's really, really, really going to be short. Jody, thank you for stopping in. I'm starting to see all the people that I was hoping to see because they were in the path of this. I've got people message. I just want to make sure that everybody's okay. Big Slim, how's it going? And that was my daughter. I guess she just woke up. I knew she was okay because I contacted some other people to find out about things. But she just contacted me a minute ago and told me she was okay. So that's the main thing I was worried about. Yeah, Mike, they're saying it's over 100 right now. They don't know yet. I mean, Bowling Green and Mayfield got just devastated. I mean, devastated. They said there was 100, I think they said it was 120 people in the candle factory in Mayfield when it collapsed. They was able to pull out 60 people. That's it, 60. They're not sure if anyone else is going to make it. They said they're doubtful. With the way that the building's collapsed, there's cars on top of the building, and the hazardous chemicals that they use to make the candles, they're doubtful that anybody else will survive. If they do, it's going to be a miracle, which is very saddening. We do have the National Guard. The president himself, which I'm not going to go into because I don't care for the man, has issued basically a federal emergency fund relief for Kentucky, which is something that don't ever happen. So they're getting things taken care of, but the things that they can't get taken care of is they can't get blood. Like I said, blood is a necessity right now for the people in Kentucky that are in the hospital from this, because there's already blood shortages, and they can't get prayers. I mean, that's basically all we can do is pray for everybody that was in the path of this. I'm just happy that everybody's coming in here right now and telling me, hey, this person's safe, this person's safe. Because over half my subscription in the YouTube community are bordering states, and most of them were in the path of this bad storm. "20 minutes from Dawson Springs, from Princeton, both got it bad." I know what they did. Thank you, Katie Collins, for coming in, checking in with us, letting us know you're okay. And prayers for anybody that's, let's just keep the prayers going for anybody that was in the path of this. Like Katie Collins said, the signal is spotty at best. Even without my Wi-Fi in the house, me running strictly data, it's spotty. I mean, I was trying to watch Ryan Hall last night to try to find out what was going on with these storms to make sure that everybody was safe, and it would cut in, out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I mean, every 5 minutes, the power would flicker, the internet would go out. My cell phone service was just shot. Monster Fish Gals, how's it going? It didn't help that last night a lot of the radars that they used to track these storms got knocked out right away. That was a big issue. A lot of the cameras that they was using to watch these storms that they have in the cities and stuff got knocked out immediately. They do have some pretty good footage of these storms. Real Beast, how's it going? Yeah, it got insane, Real Beast. It got real insane. I was blessed, and me and my family live in an area that wasn't badly hit. But I do have a lot of friends and stuff that are in areas that just got pummeled. I mean, just demolished. And the whole thing about it is, the scariest thought about it is, we're sitting here talking about this, and it's December. That is the scariest thought, is that this is December, and we had storms this bad. And they're already saying the one tornado is probably the longest on the ground in history. So, yeah, it's been pretty devastating. Yeah, we're straight here off the res. I mean, we didn't have our power flickered a couple times, and that's it. I'm more prepared than a lot of people are. I watch the weather 24/7. I have like my phone set up on like 10 different, sites to give me things. Now I've got Ryan Hall. Anybody that just come in that didn't hear me talking about it earlier, if y'all don't have Ryan Hall, y'all go check him out. He kept a lot of people alive last night through his live. And that man was up for 26, 28 hours last night, or past couple days. 11 and a half of it was live, watching these storms, updating everybody. And he was dropping the warnings out minutes before the National Weather Service would. He would tell people, hey, you got a tornado about to touch the ground here in about 3 minutes, heading towards such and such town. Please seek shelter now. 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, they would pop up a tornado warning. But he had already beat them to it. So he was definitely helping a lot of people out. I will stay subscribed to him forever. So. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. So yeah. Like I said, we're not going to keep this long. I'm going over the things that they were sitting there talking about. The main concern we have right now is about half the state. Kane, how's it going? Over half the state is out of power. they're bringing in these massive generators to run schools and hospitals for shelter, but the temperatures are dropping. They are dropping dramatically. I'm talking it's it went from 68 yesterday down to 41 right now, and it did that within a 2-hour period. It dropped that much. Uh, for anybody that's out there that's got friends and stuff doing without power, please check in on them. Make sure they got blankets, something to keep them warm. Um, it's it's widespread, and it's something we all need to pray about and help out when we can. Now they are asking that if you don't live in the areas, please do not show up to the areas. Even if you want to volunteer help, if you want to volunteer help, they didn't give the links yet. It's so chaotic right now here that the governor, the mayor, all of them, all the mayors and stuff, they're trying to put things together. But they're going to start dropping links to places you can go if you want to donate items, donate money, or anything like that. They want to make sure that you have a link to go to. They're asking that you don't contact the Red Cross, because they're trying to keep the Red Cross lines open for emergencies for people that need shelter. If I find these links pop up in the next hour or so, whatever, anytime they pop up, I will update in the comments down here that this is what's going on. If you want help or anything, but like I said, the main thing right now is anybody that can talk to your friends, your neighbors, anybody on YouTube, anybody you can get contact with, and ask them if they're available to or able to donate blood. Please think about it, because that's one thing that they're going to need a lot of. We got a lot of people injured in the hospital that's going to need that blood and cannot get it. Yeah, 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 Mike. He is awesome. Like I said, I'm glad you turned me on to him. Um, I went looking for my local radio station when all this stuff started going. I was out here working on my car, trying to get my car fixed, and I walked in the house because the wind started picking up, and I knew we had storms coming in. Didn't know how bad they were, because we have two different. We've got 4 different local news companies here, and one will tell you one thing, one will tell you another thing, one will tell you another thing. They're ridiculous. Your information's spotty at best if you get any. And I happened to go in the house, sit down, make a sandwich. And when I did, I clicked on YouTube, and Big Mike had shared out Ryan Hall, y'all. And I went into his stream, and I immediately subscribed, because he was going into all the things that we needed to know. He was telling people things that they needed to know. He was answering questions the best he could, even though he had, I think at one point in time, he had 19,000 people in his live watching. Kane, I'm okay. I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky. We got the mild part of it. I mean, it was mild. The winds knocked over my motorcycle. A piece of my neighbor's roof's laying on, well, a big old piece of plywood, the underpaneling for his roof is laying on my front porch. And I got a half a tree in my front yard. Other than that, the damage is very minimum here in this area. But a lot of our good friends, Lee, Kelly, all of them, they were right in the path of it, at 5, 6 o'clock this morning. Well, I say between 4 and 6 this morning, I was watching the tornadoes barrel down on Brea and friggin' Richmond. I got a lot of friends and family, and a lot of the YouTubers are in those areas, that these tornadoes was heading straight towards. Yeah, it got up to 28K. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt Mike. I never heard of him. I had never heard of him until you dropped his name in the link one day, or in the chat was talking about it. I should have went right then and there, because you've never steered me wrong. So when you said something about checking him out, I probably should have then, but I didn't. So thank you for dropping that link, because yeah, I think he saved a lot of lives last night, and I'll be watching him regularly now. Abbott, how's it going? Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I didn't turn the TV on. I was on YouTube on well, when I had service. I was on YouTube. I had my TV on YouTube watching that, watching Ryan Hall, because I tried to turn over to my local news, and they was more worried about sports and stuff like that than they were the storms. That's just ridiculous. You know, it's like earlier, they had a live broadcast from the news. They was broadcasting and everything else, talking to the governor about these storms, and in the corner they had football playing. I'm like, really? That just shows where your loyalties lie in this state. I mean, nobody gives crap about a football game when people's lives are at stake. They don't. But that's just this state. They're all about that money, and if they got to advertise during a traumatic situation, they do it. It just annoys me a lot. But Ryan Hall saved a lot of people last night. So, like I said, if y'all haven't checked out Ryan Hall, y'all go check him out. Go watch. Just go from last night's live. Okay, just watch last night's live, even 5 minutes of it. 5 minutes of it. I say, fast forward to 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning and watch 5 minutes of his live, and I can promise you, you'll hit that subscribe button. I can promise you that. He will keep you better informed than anybody else will. He monitors all the same radars that all the National Weather Station monitors. Well, when they're not broke down, because last night, if you go into his stream, you'll see a lot of the satellites and radars and stuff that they was using, well, not satellites, but all the radars and the cameras that they was using, all of them was going down. I mean, they would shut down that quick, bam, 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 gone. Just instantly gone. Yeah, Kane, I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Ryan Hall, thank you, Big Mike, for dropping that link in here. If it wasn't for Ryan Hall, I promise you, a lot more people would be hurt. A lot more people. He was warning people. Ryan Hall was warning people 3 to 4 minutes before the National Weather Service was. He would tell you, I'm looking at on this radar, I'm telling you, there's a tornado heading towards, let's say, Richmond. There's a tornado heading towards Richmond. It's going to hit y'all in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Y'all might want to go ahead and seek shelter now. 5 minutes later, the National Weather Service announces a tornado warning for that area. He done said it 5 minutes ago. He gave everybody at least an extra 4 or 5 minutes head start to get to their safe areas. Yeah, so I've got much respect for that man. Yes, he was. I didn't go back that far, Mike. I didn't go back that far, but yes, he was. And he stayed live through the whole event, at least as long as he could. He honestly did. The man was up for 28 hours or something like that. It was insanity. And the only reason why he shut it down when he did is because he wanted to preserve the live to where, you know, people could go back and watch it. And it's like, you know, YouTube, once you hit a 12-hour mark, it won't save it. So he jumped off to where it could save it. Plus, like he said, he needed to get some sleep. Yeah, he's awesome. But yeah, like I said, if y'all know anybody that was in the path of these storms, if they can't get right away to drop a link, or not drop a link, but say hi, I'm okay, or whatever, just have them comment on this, you know, live later. That's why I've got this out here, putting it out there. Duggar, how's it going? So yeah, my main concern is, you know, the well-being of all the friends in the fishing community and their families and stuff that was in the path of this thing. Like I said, we was blessed. We was far enough away to where it didn't hit us. We had a lot of warnings here. We did have some bad downpours, and like I said, we had 70-mile-an-hour winds. But other than that, we weathered the storm pretty well, you know. But like I was saying earlier, I'm more prepared than a lot of people. I honestly am. I've been a prepper for 26 years. and it's like I stockpile on everything, and I think of everything ahead of time. You know, within 5 minutes of finding out these storms was going to hit, I took in my ring light, made sure all my power banks was charged. I got backup lighting. You know, I've got and plus I'm safer anyway than a lot of people are because I do have a basement. We do have a real strong basement. Um, I think only a foot or so of it is above ground. The rest of it's underground. It's reinforced. Half Century Catfishing. How's it going, Alvin? How's it going? Thank y'all for coming in. Uh, but yeah, so I'm basically, yeah, I'm glad I didn't get blown away either. I mean, you know, I'm set up, and it's like in my basement, I've also got tools in case the roof does collapse onto us or whatever. I can get us, you know, get us out of there in a timely manner. We have food down in the basement. I mean, I've got everything set up to where if a disaster hits, my family that are here is going to be safe. I'm more concerned about my kids. My kids don't live with me. One lives down the street, about 2 or 3 miles down, and the other one's, you know, a 20-minute drive away. But they are also in homes that are very well managed as far as, you know, people take everything seriously. They don't play games around things. So, you know, I'm just glad for that. Need my address. Okay. Uh, just send me a link or something in Messenger, not Messenger, but I'm sorry. It's been a long night. I might have got 2 or 3, maybe 3 hours of sleep last night due to these storms because I was up all night watching Ryan, and then I laid down. I was like, I gotta get some sleep, and it was toss and turn. I just could not sleep. I'm like, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm too worried about everybody. So, but yeah, I was gonna say, just send me a message in Google, and I'll send you my address. Was you trying to get stickers or something, half century? Because I was sending out stickers. I didn't know if that was what you was trying to do or not. But you can reach me. Anybody that wants to email me or needs stickers or whatever, I do have some stickers to give out. Duggar, I done sent yours out. They should be on the way. I actually sent you a couple of things to say thank you for being such a good luck charm. Um, but yeah, y'all can reach me at your boy Troy Catfishing at gmail.com. Just like my channel name, just at gmail.com. If y'all want stickers or anything, think I've got about 35 left I can send out. So until those are depleted, I'll be sending those out. But yeah, just send me a message at your boy Troy Catfishing at gmail.com, and we work out anything y'all need to get worked out or whatever. I should have linked that in here. I don't know how to do all that stuff yet. Let me see here. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna see what happens. I don't have any banners I can throw up. I don't know. I'll figure all that out here in a minute. I'm just so glad to see everybody in here. You don't know how much it means to me to see a lot of these people come in here, and finding out that a lot of these people are okay. I talk to a lot of y'all on a daily basis in live streams, and everything else. And you know, I do worry about people. I am one of them people that I'm concerned. Like, Irvin, how's it going? I am one of the people that stay concerned about other people and their well-being. You know, that's just the kind of person I am. Heard anything from Catfish Farm? Fam? Yes. A lot of them are having problems, Duggar, as far as like some of them are without power, I think. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, most of the catfish community here in Kentucky and Tennessee, which are the two main states that got hit the worst, have been checking in and saying that they're okay. There's still a few of them out there we're not sure about, smaller channels and stuff that I haven't been in contact with. Um, and then there's some of the bigger channels I haven't been in contact with, which I'm pretty sure we'll find out about, later on. Uh, you know, so that's all we can do is basically just put out an olive branch for people to communicate. Uh, you know, I know you're going to see a lot of people in the live streams and stuff like I think Snatcher's live right now, and there's a lot of people over there. Um, but at the same time, this is it's not a community page because I don't have a community page, but it's like a community page because you could come in and you can leave a comment, that says, "Hey, I'm okay. I live in such and such, and I'm okay. Caliber, how's it going?" And then people can get that update and let them know that this person is okay. You know, so I mean, it's just a way to put an olive branch out there for everybody to uh, be able to make sure and check on everybody. Lucky Ronnie, that's another one. I think Lucky Ronnie's from Kentucky also. So yeah, that's all we're trying to do right now. I do believe Lucky Ronnie's from the Taylorville Lake area. Sunfish, how's it going? Yes, sir. Yep, Lucky Ronnie's from here. Thank you for stopping in. You was on that list. I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky, and we didn't get hit bad. We had some 70-mile-an-hour winds, some rain. Piece of my neighbor's roof landed on my front porch, and my motorcycle got knocked over. Those are the two worst things I've seen on my block. So we didn't get hit bad at all. We got it very mild compared to a lot of y'all did. And I've been extremely worried about everybody in the fishing community in the Kentucky area. That's why I was putting this olive branch out for everybody to come in and say, "Hey, I'm okay." Uh, I know a lot of people are probably still without power and stuff. If you are without power in the Kentucky area or Tennessee area, if you cannot get to a place where it's got power or anything else, please try to stay warm. Um, see, thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie saying asking if anybody in the Kentucky area needs help, let him know. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people are going to be out without power and stuff. And like I said earlier, anybody that can donate blood, or please do. Or if you know anybody that tell everybody. Just you know, I'm not going to say put a sign in your front yard, but go out and tell as many people as you can. Or in the live streams, if you go into live streams, please remind people to please donate blood. Pond Predator Nation, thank you for stopping in. You're another one that was on my worried list. You know, please tell everybody you can in the lives or whatever. Now, don't get thrown out of somebody's live, for nagging about it, but please ask everybody to, if they can, to donate blood. Uh, right now, we got the National Guard coming in. We've got, the president's done, give us a relief fund. Everybody's working, at a amazing pace, trying to get people rescued. But the two things that they can't give us is they can't give everybody that's been affected prayers, and they cannot give out, bring in the blood that's not there. We have hundreds of people in the hospital right now in some of these cities that got smashed, and blood shortages are insane. That's the main thing I'm worried about, is trying to make sure that everybody stays safe. We've got some cold weather coming in tonight. It's going to be right above freezing. If it don't hit freezing tonight, it's going to be a miracle. I think they're saying 34 degrees in most of Kentucky, which is close enough to freezing. And a lot of people are going to be without power. So we want to make sure that everybody don't have power can stay warm somehow. They're setting up generators right now in some of these major towns that's been hit real bad. They're setting up generators to run schools and to run, big buildings to put people in. Yeah, that's another thing, Pond Predator Nation. Don't go out unless you have to. That's what they've been asking everybody. If you don't live in the worst hit areas, that's why I'm sitting here right now. I'm one of the people, the reason why I'm doing this live is because I'm concerned about everybody. The only thing that stopped me from getting in my vehicle today and driving to those areas to find out what I can do to help is the fact that they've asked us not to. They've asked, if you're going to help, please feel free to help. But they're going to start putting links out to places you can contact before you show up. Because right now they've got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people right now, you know, missing their homes. Gigi, how's it going? I'm not sure if you can get blood if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. I'm not sure how that works. That is a lot of the issue we're going through. The pandemic has started causing so many issues. I mean, well, it's been causing issues, but you know, that's one of the reasons why we have a shortage in blood right now, is the fact of the pandemic. It's, you know, it took out our reserves so fast that, you know, they can't keep up. And now we can't get people to donate, or they're not allowing people to donate. But that's why I said, if you can, or if you know people that can, please try to see if they'll do that. That's going to help a lot of people. Yeah, it's pretty devastating here. I mean, like I said, where I'm at, and Gigi, you still here in the same area you was in? Gigi is actually a gentleman I found. He found me fishing on the riverbank. He lives down the street from me, or he was living in there, and I haven't seen him in my life in a few weeks or a few months. But yeah, you know, we was in an area that wasn't hit very bad. That's good, Gigi. I'm glad you're still in an area that's safer. We wasn't hit in an area that, you know, wasn't in an area that was hit real bad like some of these other cities were. But, you know, our hearts go out to all of them. You know, I consider most of y'all like family. You know, y'all, the catfish community, and the people that come into my streams, y'all are my family. I've got my family that I have here, my real family, then I have y'all also. And when something like this happens, it worries me. When at least 25 to 30 people that I subscribe to live, you know, in the area that got smashed, one of the areas that got smashed, it does worry about you, you know. But yeah, they're working on everything right now as fast as they can. It's just, I'm just still in shock. I'm sitting here looking at the date and I'm like, it's December 11th, and we just had tornadoes, bad tornadoes, the longest tornado in history, December 11th. I'm still in shock, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still in shock. And the bad part is I walked outside yesterday, in a t-shirt. I was outside in a t-shirt yesterday, and that's what got us. That's what got us the worst, is the fact that it was 68 degrees here yesterday. And well, it started off at 64. As the storm started moving in, the temperature went up. I got a thermometer that I keep out in my garage and stuff, and I usually put it outside when we got storms coming in to see how fast the temperature drops. It actually went up. It went up 4 degrees in like 25, 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden it just dropped to nothing. I mean, within, you know, I got a puppy here now, that my brother-in-law's puppy I'm trying to help take care of while he's getting his place settled in. And I had to take the puppy out. So in the middle of the storm, when the rain stopped and the wind stopped for a few minutes, I ran him out the door, let him use the bathroom, then ran back in the house, you know. And then 25 minutes later, he wanted to go back out. So it wasn't raining. I went to go out, and the temperature done dropped 20 degrees. Had already dropped 20 degrees in like 20 minutes. That's what I said, Kane. Our local news here, anybody that lives in Kentucky can tell you, our local, Rico, how's it going? Our local news here in Kentucky is horrible. They are horrible. You know, their weathermen, I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but I got a better chance of predicting the weather than they do. And that's just to be honest. I can go out there, stick my finger out, and tell you what the weather's going to do better than they do. It's like the other night, Thursday night, I tried to go fishing when Joey was out, but the river was flooded. And I was going to continue looking for spots until I found a spot with that I didn't have to swim to. Um, but then they're hollering severe thunderstorms coming in at 9 o'clock. I sit out here in my garage, worked on my car until 2:45. Not a drop of rain, not a cloud in the sky. But yeah, we had severe thunderstorms, 70% chance of storms, not a drop of rain, not a cloud in the sky. And it was 65 degrees. So yeah. Lucky Ronnie, yes, I do bank fish. That's all I do is bank fish. I don't have a boat. I've debated on getting one. Even if I got a boat, I don't know if I'd be using it much. I've been a bank fisherman for chasing trophy catfish for 35 years. And I don't know if I really want to change that. I honestly don't. I mean, I would love to have a boat to be able to get out to certain areas. I know where some deep pools are at. I know where there's some monster fish in the middle of the rivers. Some areas where friends of mine have taken their boats to and hooked up into fish that they couldn't get off the bottom. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to change what I'm doing now or not. I just enjoy it sitting on the bank. Yeah, and that's the truth, Kane. They still get paid no matter what they say. You know, yeah, I fish the Ohio, Ronnie. I fish the Ohio River. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a nightmare. Well, that's the thing, Kane. I got a couple friends right now that have boats, that have wanted me to go out fishing with them. Didn't have a vehicle to get nowhere, and then they got sick with the virus or something like that happened. So every time I've had a chance to go out on a boat, it's basically been void. I mean, I had a friend of mine said, I'm coming over Saturday. This was about a month and a half, well, about 2 months ago. He said, I'll be over Saturday to pick you up. And he's like, I'll be there. I'm like, all right. Sunday morning, I finally hear from him. He goes, man, I'm in the hospital. I got that virus and I can't go. I can't do nothing. What part of the Ohio half century? I fished down in the McAlpine Lock and Dam area, or McAlpine Pool is what it's called, McAlpine Pool. I'm right at the edge of the McAlpine Pool. I'm trying to think of the other pool that it goes into, but it's about 2 miles down from me where I'm at. Because so where I fish is considered McAlpine area. Any spot I can find on the bank, which right now is very little. My spot, Lucky Ronnie, is not very easy access. If you go back and watch any of my videos, you fish there in the spring, cool. We had to get together and do something then. But yeah. See, Mike Irvin, do you think? Irvin, as far as I know, I'm going both days. I'm going Friday and Saturday because I live 15 minutes from there. I live 15 minutes from the Cat Con. Over half the fishing community is going to be there. Some are going to be there Friday. Some are going to be there Saturday. So I'm definitely going both days. That is a definite. Yeah, it's not bad, Lucky Ronnie. Where I fish at, the problem I have right here in Louisville, the problem we all have here in Louisville, and like I was talking about the guy Gigi earlier, when I met him, he's like a hiker. He goes and hikes and goes through the woods and just explores. He's an explorer, and he had the same issues I was having. Annette, how's it going? And he was having the same issues I'm having. You can't find no spots to go because Louisville is just so confused. You've got a 20-yard section that's private property. Then you got a 20-yard section that's public property. Then you got a 20-yard section that's private property. But what makes these worse is a lot of the public properties, it's like every other one says no fishing, hunting, hiking, no nothing. You cannot go to these spots. So you may have to travel 2 or 3 miles to get to a spot. Went to Clarksville. Did you happen to go down to Fisherman's Wharf down there in Clarksville? I've been down there once. Down there by the Kingfish restaurant. I'm trying to think what the name of the restaurant was. Been there once, plan on going back. Very deep water, very, very nice setup. I mean, I wish Louisville had more stuff like they have over there, I can promise you. But yeah, I've traveled 3.5 miles on foot. And I was trying to get to a different spot, and could not find any nowhere. So it's a nightmare. I've been stuck at the same spot all year because the other spots that I normally fish at have been closed down due to the virus, due to bridge issues. So I've been stuck in one spot all year. It's been a nightmare. I've caught some good fish there, but it's been a nightmare being in one spot. Well, 2 spots. I'm sorry. I went to 2 spots. Old boat ramp. Yeah, if you're ever over in the Clarksville area, Ronnie, look up Fisherman's Wharf. It's a nice place. Nice place. I mean, you literally pull up to the bank. It's a big concrete line park where you can park right along the riverside. They got steps that go down into the water. It's a beautiful area. So yeah, it's a beautiful area. But unfortunately, another issue we have here in Louisville, Indiana, and a few other states, neighboring states, is they need to change the fishing laws. I'm glad we've got regulations. Yeah, we should, Ronnie, we should get together real soon. They need to change. I'm glad they've got regulations. Kentucky the Ohio River is being demolished by commercial fishing. It honestly is. They're killing us. I mean, I was in the stream the other day, and Roger was talking about how commercial fishermen are watching his lives to try to find out what spots he's in so they can go commercial fish those areas trying to get them fish. I mean, it's got to that point to where the commercial fishermen are watching YouTubers to find out where they're catching fish to take those fish. So, I mean, I'm glad we've got regulations that we have. We need more regulations on that part. Yeah, they're killing Taylorville. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad we've got regulations in that part, and we need stronger regulations there. But as far as for the fishermen themselves, something's got to give. If over half of the city and it's not just Louisville, along these lines of where all the other people I know in Louisville, or not in Louisville, but in Kentucky fish, it's the same way. If you find a park where you can actually go to that's, by the river, it closes at dark. You have to be out there by dark. So if you work all day and you get, let's say you work till 6 o'clock at night and it gets dark at 7, where are you supposed to fish? You can't. You can't go because guess what? If you go down to the park down the street from you where you know the fish are at, you get a ticket, get your car towed away, or go to jail for criminal trespass. I mean, it's stupid regulations. They need to have more areas for us night fishermen from the bank to go to, and that needs to change. I have come up with ideas on how to fix that. I've contacted the local Fish and Wildlife, the Gaming Commission here, as far as the people that take care of all that, and it's like nobody wants to hear it. Kentucky Field and Stream, they're a magazine, a channel. They do all kinds of stuff here about advertising all the good things about Kentucky. They had a live a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and asked people for questions. What kind of questions do you have? What kind of ideas do you have for Kentucky to help out? Me and about 17 other people back to back in this live dropped a question. Where can we go for night fishing on the Ohio River? Because all the parks close at dark. What can we do about that? They purposely ignored that question. They don't care. As long as you're buying that fishing license every year and you're bringing in the tax revenue or buying the baits or whatever you're doing, the tackle, they don't care. It just makes me sick to my stomach. And I hope one day that I'm doing one of these lives and somebody from, Kentucky A Field or one of them come in here, or Fish and Wildlife come in here. I hope they come in here because they're a disgrace. They are honestly a disgrace. They ask so much from us, people, do this, do that. I've had my fishing license every year. Raymond Williams, how's it going? I've had my fishing license for every year since I was, for the last 35 years. Every year, except for the years that I did not get made. If you get a plaque, just like your license plate sticker, a holographic sticker about 4 inches by 4 inches that you can stick on your back window that says night fishing, a lot of people would pay extra money, $20 a year or whatever, to have that pass. It's problem solved. One, the sticker only costs $2 to make. Done proving that. Costs $2 to make that sticker of revenue. So it helps the revenue to help with all the regulations that you've got, but it gives us night fishermen people a place to go. I'm broke. I'm broke is a joke. I mean, trying to get back to work, but they're not hearing it. But I tell you right now, I'd pay that extra $20 a year. I would. I'd pay an extra $20 a year with no complaints if I can pull up in one of these places. I have Costas Park. I have, I'm trying to think of all the other parks. There's a bunch of parks downtown. Fishing right now, huh? Fishing after the storm. All right. Good luck, Ronnie. Hopefully get some monsters. Matter of fact, I'll go into that story here in a minute. I was told Jody, I don't think she's still in here, but I told her I'd tell her about it next time I go live. About storm fishing. But yeah, I mean, I'm broke and I still pay that $20 from extra a year just to make sure I had a place to park to go fishing on hills with my bad health, carrying 85 pounds of gear just to get to a fishing spot. That's got to change. That's got to change. But yeah, since you just brought that up about you fishing now, this whole stream was started off about the storms and everything else, which I'm not going to vary away from. But speaking of storms, about 17, 18 years ago, well, actually probably closer to 19 now, because I'm trying to think, give me a second, I'm trying to add up the days. It's 2021 now. Yeah, about 19 years ago, me and my little brother went out to a favorite fishing spot of mine, which we're banned from now. We're not allowed to go there no more because we ruined it for ourselves. We was out there. My dad let me use his Jeep. First time I ever drove his Jeep. And we was sitting here and it started pouring down rain. Now, mind you, it was middle of summer, tornado weather, but we was out fishing. Scott Swift, how's it going? We was out fishing. And we was fishing off of a dock, and the wind got so bad that we literally had to step off the dock and go to the boat ramp area because the wind was about to blow us off the dock. We're soaking wet. I looked at my brother. He goes, "You ready to go?" I said, "No." I said, "You know what? We're already wet. There's no sense of leaving. We're having bad winds, but there's no sense of leaving." About that time, we're sitting there. We see this tornado come down, bounce off the river, and go back up. Looked at my brother. I said, "Now it's time to go." So we started reeling in, and I started reeling and reeling. And I'm like, "Man, I'm snagged into something. I don't know what I'm snagged into, but I'm snagged into something." I said, "I'm just going to bring it with me." I said, "It's coming in, so I'm just going to drag it. It's probably a bag or something under the water. I'm just going to drag it and drag it and drag it." About that time, after dragging this thing for about 20 yards, I felt a jerk. I looked at my brother and said, "Get the camera." Because back then, we didn't have phones. All we had is a little disposable cameras that you take pictures on and you drop off to get developed. And I'm like, "Get the camera." He's like, "What?" And I start reeling some more and dragging it some more. And he yanked again. I said, "Get the camera." Max, how's it going? This long story short, we get this fish up between the docks on the boat ramp. He come out of the water up to the top of the water with his dorsal fin sticking out and looks like a shark. I mean, this fin was stuck out of the water this tall, at least 6 inches. This fish was at least 6 foot long, the biggest fish I've ever seen in my life. I was in shock. I mean, total shock. Never seen anything this big in my life. And then he just takes him with the 30-pound braid that I had on my line, just jerked his head one time like that, broke the line, turned around and swam off. And I think the storms had disrupted the bottom of the river and caused him to, move around, and my bait just so happened to be there. But the funniest part is my brother at the time was an alcoholic and had had a few, and looked at me as right after he broke the line and told me to jump in there and get him. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if I catch a fish that big, I mean, his mouth was every bit of, 25 inches around if you opened it up. He could put me in his mouth. And I caught him on a piece of bait that big. I'm not jumping in there after him. Sorry, I'm not doing it. As a lot of y'all seen in the John Oiler tournament, I'll go in after a fish. I don't care. But when it's that big, I'm not jumping in there getting him. I'm not going to do it. But yeah, I'm about to end this stream here in a few minutes, y'all. Like I said, I just wanted to go basically have a point where people can contact everybody that was in the Kentucky and Tennessee area. Any of the areas that got hit, Arkansas, that got hit with these storms, can contact and, basically set out an olive branch for all these people that got hit in these storms. Like I said, if you can donate, please donate blood. If you don't live in the areas where it's badly hit, please try to stay out of them. Because right now we've got crews coming in just all over the country, rushing in here to help out. We've actually got so many people coming in that we don't know where they're going to put them all at to help out. So try to stay out of those bad hit areas. And if like I said, if you live in the Kentucky area, the Tennessee area, Run, how's it going? And you're suffering without power or anything like that, please, try to stay warm. It's going to hit 34 degrees tonight. And that's the main concern. Right now, they're bringing in some of the biggest generators they've ever seen in their lives. I'm talking these generators are basically oversized load trucks that are one solid generator that can run a whole hospital. They can run a whole school. They're trying to open these Fish Hunt Repeat. How's it going? They're trying to open up, at least a school or a hospital. Well, they got to get the hospitals going because all the injured people. But they're also trying to open up a couple schools or a stadium or something to where they can house the people that are displaced out of housing right now. So yeah, it's one of those things to where it's very horrible down here. Like I said, I got blessed. I'm in an area that did not get hit hard. My family's all safe. I've talked to everybody in my family, at least the ones I can talk to. I've seen the ones I couldn't talk to. I've heard confirmations that they're okay. So I was blessed in that fact, but like I said, a lot of my fishing friends and family and other family and friends that I had that live in the areas, they're not in the greatest shape. They're not. Yeah, they're sending some up right now from the power stations and stuff. So yeah, they're sending a lot of help in, which I'm thankful for, because like I said, I'm more prepared than a lot of people. I've got enough blankets, enough beds down in my basement. My basement walls, they're sturdy. My house was built in '63, so it was built right. So I've been safer than most, and my family's been safer than most. So I am blessed for that. But there's a lot of people out there that did not have the safety and stuff that we had. And they're in my prayers, and I'm worried about a lot of them. So that's why we do this live stream again. But yeah, I'm getting ready to end this stream. I figured I'd only go for an hour. I don't want to hold up everybody's day. Plus, I know there's a lot of people trying to go live. I think Snatcher's live. And I think I've seen some updates where people are getting ready to go live again, or go live for the night. So I don't want to hold that up. Like I said, few topics I want to go back over. If y'all haven't checked out, yeah, Fish Hunt Repeat, that's the whole thing. It's got me shocked. Tornadoes in December, and happened to be a history-breaking tornado. The one tornado stretched over 200 miles. 200 miles of it alone was just in Kentucky. That is a new record in history for the longest tornado on the ground, and it's in December. I mean, a few weeks before Christmas. It is I don't understand it. It's baffling. And I've noticed the weather pattern getting worse every year. Every year things are getting so out of whack that yeah, I think this is just it's gonna be a new normal. It's gonna be a new normal. Because it's not normal right now, but yeah, it's gonna be the new normal. I think we're gonna start having bad years. The weather's getting more unpredictable as we go. Um, but if y'all want to keep up with the weather and keep up with these storms that come, check him out, subscribe to him. I can promise you right now, he saved a lot of lives last night. My local news, and I don't know about y'all local news, but if y'all's local news is as bad as mine is, to where they're more worried about the sports than they are the weather, check out Ryan Hall. Because anytime there's severe weather, he will be live. Thank you, Jory. Thank you for telling me this. I ain't read it all yet, but I seen that where you just said my family's all checked in. That's great. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Access to power is going to be hard. Getting access to power right now, they're like I said, they're bringing in generators and stuff. It is going to be weeks, if not months, before they get the power restored in some of these towns that got hit. Bowling Green, Mayfield, both of them got severely demolished. That's the best way I can describe it is demolished. It's going to take a while to get power back on, and we're guessing our winter. It starts getting cold. End of November. I mean, they might not consider it all winter time or whatever, but it starts getting cold in November, and it's going to be freezing all this week. Next week, they're talking snow. If you have loved ones that live in the Kentucky area and they are without power, if you could find a way to get them out of there, to give them some place where they do have power, that would be great. If not, please try to keep in communication with them. Make sure that they've got plenty of blankets, maybe some alternative heating, kerosene heaters, something like that, buddy heaters, something like that that can keep them warm. Just make sure everybody's safe and keep checking in on them. Because yeah, it's a horrible event that's happened, and it's going to be a while before it gets better. It's going to be a long while before it gets better. We luckily have the government and federal aid coming in to help out. We had the National Guard coming in to help out. We had thousands and beyond thousands of people coming in from other states and other areas that wasn't affected by it, that are coming in to help out. But like I said, one thing they cannot help out on is we need blood. We're going to need blood more than anything. If you can and you're able to donate blood, please do. Please do. You may save someone's life right now, because Kentucky was already in a blood shortage. We've already had a blood shortage that was just unbelievable already due to the virus. And they've depleted all the banks, blood banks. And now that you've got people that are getting rescued and everything else that are injured, that's going to need blood, and the blood's not going to be there. So just by you giving blood one time, if you can, or if you know someone that can, that you can convince to do it, they may wind up saving somebody's lives, if not 2 or 3 people. It's like my wife right now. My wife has got a rare blood disorder, so she can't donate blood. But if her blood disorder goes in effect, She has to get blood or she won't survive. Uh, which has me in constant concern because I never know if there's blood in the banks. Poor Chop, how's it going? You know, she has to get plasmapheresis where they take and basically uh, inject her with pure plasma and stuff like that. So, it's they have to basically put the machine hooker machine up to her and take cells of her blood out and introduce new cells. So yeah, it gets scary. And knowing, how I felt, the last time we went to the hospital and she had her blood disorder act up, them saying they don't know if they've got the blood they need and the plasma to do it, knowing how I felt, knowing how these people lets me know how people are feeling right now that are in these cities that got demolished, their loved ones in the hospital, and they're like, well, we, getting that word that, well, if we've got the blood, we can save them. If not, we don't know what we can do. That is the hardest thing in the world to ever hear from someone. Something as easy as a pint of blood can save somebody. So I just hope everybody keep that in mind. And if you can, like I said, if you can, donate. If you can't, it's understandable. Me, myself, I'm not allowed to donate myself, or I would be doing it right this minute. Because, I want to help out in any way I can. Like I said, the only thing kept me from going anywhere is to go down and help, because literally these storms are less than 35, 40 minutes from me. I mean, they could have just as easily hit my house. I mean, we was in the path of it. It just weakened before it got to us. But I can drive 30 minutes from my house and be in dead center of some of these badly, badly, badly demolished areas. A friend of mine sent me things where his that all he got was a little bit of damage to his carport. Another friend showed me where his neighbor's house was totally gone, and those are less than 2 miles apart. So yeah, it's pretty horrible. See, that's like me, Max. That's the same issues that we've got here. Um, I can't donate. My wife can't donate. My mother-in-law, she's got a blood disorder. She can't donate. We're all up to where we can't. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this live right now, is to try to get it out there. That's why I said if you go into another live later on today, just drop the hint. Hey, donate. If you can, go donate blood. It can help somebody. Not just for Kentucky, not just for the people here, but everywhere. I mean, like I said, blood shortage is a major deal right now that we're all dealing with, and yeah, it's something that we need to think about. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream because I've already went over a few minutes longer than what I was going to. I was only gonna go live for about an hour so I can, basically just leave out an olive branch for people to come in and let me see here. I'm sorry to hear that, Joy. I'm glad they're okay, but I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's the message I'm getting everywhere. I'm down here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm about yeah. I got lucky. Me and my family got lucky that we didn't get demolished like a lot of these other places did, and that's what I'm hearing a lot of. The people made it out alive, but they lost everything, and a lot of them don't have no place to go. They're trying to build up shelters as fast as they can, but there's no power. That I'm not sure half century. I'm gonna try. They was talking about it earlier. The governor was talking about dropping links and stuff in a live post that he had. Who you can contact if you'd like to help. Um, but they never said what the links were. They said that they're working on them right now due to the power shortages and power outages everywhere. Basically, getting all this stuff organized has been the big nightmare. getting things organized to get things started. I mean, they've been working nonstop. I mean, they had rescue crews out here. And, you know, I'd like to say something. I'd like to say thank you to all the people that was out there last night. Now they're out there right now helping. Uh, they had people out there in the middle of the tornado. I mean, the tornado went over through Bowling Green. You know, I don't know the exact time. We'll say 4:12. We'll say 4:12 in the morning. Tornado went through Bowling Green at 4:12. At 4:15, you had firefighters out there in severe storms. I'm talking penny-sized hail trying to save people already. 2 minutes after the tornado hit, they was out there getting pummeled by rain, flash floods, penny-sized hail. I mean, it's just phenomenal that everybody went out and helped the way that they have. How's it going, Terry Wagner? Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I mean, it's just phenomenal how everybody came together as fast as they did to try to help. There's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a long process. It's going to be a long road to get people back where they need to be at. All we can do is try to help. As far as what you said, Half Century, I'm going to try to get those links tonight if they ever drop them. I won't stop researching this until, you know, I'm trying to save and help as many people as I can help and save. That's just who I am. You know, I don't have the physical capacity to get out there and help many. I mean, if it was my neighbors and I could to walk to the area, I would do what I could, even if it caused me personal injury myself, just because that's the kind of person I am. I don't want to see anybody else suffer. I am going to try to find the links for where anybody that does want to help can contact. I will post them in the comments to this video, to this live. I will leave a comment. So if you want to leave a comment, that way when somebody comments on that comment, it notifies you. Please do. But that's what I'm going to try to do. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this. And I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming in, checking in, letting us know that you're okay. Thank you for all the prayers that y'all are sending out, all the help that y'all are trying to give. You know, I'm blessed that we was in a safe place, and I'm blessed that we've got great people that are trying to do so much. Can't say it enough. Please, if you can, donate blood. Mrs. M. So yeah, I can't push enough. If you can, please do. Also, for those that wasn't in here earlier, please check out Ryan Hall, y'all. Ryan Hall saved a lot of lives last night, and I tell you what, I'll be watching. I've got his bell notification turned on, and I don't think if he goes live, I don't think I'll miss one of his lives. I don't. He honestly saved a lot of lives last night. I watched him for 6 hours straight, and I can promise you right now, not 1 second of that 6 hours did I feel like I wasn't being informed of things I needed to know in 6 hours. So just a heads up, y'all might want to check him out. He's a great guy. He helps out a lot. He does. Got storms headed our way in Alabama. Yeah, they're heading. They just left here. They're heading to y'all. They were saying that was weakening. I don't know how much that works. That was another. I know I said I was getting off here, but that's another thing we need to step on. Not step on, but bring up to everybody's attention. With these storms that come through here, the biggest problem we had, and that's why I keep on saying, going to Ryan Hall. Please go to Ryan Hall. The National Weather Service could not keep up with these alerts. He had 6 different radars going at one time to try to watch these alerts, and was catching stuff before they could. On top of that, we noticed a lot in the radar that even if they said you was in a safe zone, that you was not going to get hit with anything seriously. Holiday, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Even if they said that you was in the clear, you would have just, you know, cloudy skies behind you, no more storms coming through. All of a sudden, tornado pop up out of nowhere. Just these storms are just ridiculous. So even if you think you're safe when these storms are coming through your areas, please take precaution. You know, if you got a basement or something, make sure you have lights, candles, blankets, anything you need that you could put down there, get ready to go, just in case. If you do have cell phone service, internet, or something like that, please check out Ryan Hall. If he goes live again, he may go live about the rest of these storms. If not, please stay tuned into your local radio or your local news and everything else to make sure you stay safe. Um, that's the whole reason why I'm doing this is for everybody's safety. I want to make sure that everybody's okay and that everybody that are in the path of what's left of these storms or will be okay. Like I said, I was told that the storms are dying down and weakening very, very fast as they're heading towards Alabama, but that don't mean anything. That don't mean anything because I seen last night to where even Ryan said, "Oh, I think you're okay. You can go to sleep." And then he's like, "Oh, wait, don't. Never mind." Out of the blue, the weather just changed. Oh, you're in a double wide trailer. I'm sorry, Miss M. Just try to stay as safe as you can. Stay towards the center of the trailer the best you can, away from the windows. Get up against something like a interior wall or something where you're safer. Um, so yeah, just try to do what you can to be safe. If you don't mind, this is as a personal request. If you don't mind, so I'm not worried about you tonight and tomorrow, the next week, because I do worry about everybody. That's why I'm doing this live. Later on, when the storms pass, if you don't mind, can you please drop a comment on this video and just say, "Hey, the storms just passed. I'm okay." That would be great. Anybody that's in the path of these storms, please, if you don't mind doing that, do that. That way, I know that everybody's safe. That is my main concern. All right, you got flashlights and stuff to eat. That sounds great. Uh, Normally, what I do, when the storms and stuff are coming, I make sure I got flashlights, candles, um, blankets if I can get them somewhere to cover me from broken from flying glass or anything like that. Just the normal necessities. You wouldn't believe how much that little bit of stuff can save your life. And like you said, the stuff to eat, that's always a plus. I keep canned foods in my cabinet just for I won't die from starvation if something happens because it's there. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream, y'all. I thank y'all for everybody for coming in. Like I said, if y'all can, please just all right, yeah, just keep me updated. I'm gonna keep this live up because this basically is all I can't even talk. That's what happens when you don't sleep, y'all. I'm gonna keep this open as an olive branch to where people can contact, you know, basically like a community page. They could drop, "Hey, I'm okay," and everybody could check in on it and find out what's going on, make sure that everybody's okay. And still waiting to see if they come in a stream 2 or 3 days from now, because I don't know about y'all, but I go to a lot of streams, and you might go into one stream and miss somebody by 2 minutes, and then you're still worried about them. So yeah, it just gives them a place to drop a link, say, "Hey, I'm here." That sounds great, Miss M. You be safe, please. Uh, and I'll check in on y'all later on. I don't know if I'll go live again over this whole event, unless something changes. I'll just leave this going, and then, like I said, everybody can leave a comment in there. Uh, that way we know that everybody's okay. I was so thankful that we had everybody come in as fast as they did. I had a bunch of people come in that I was worried about. I did not have any way to contact or find out they're okay. They come in, they said, "Hey, I'm okay. Plus this person's okay. Plus this okay." That helps out so much. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I'd like to say thank you to everybody. And y'all keep y'all's heads up. Keep prayers going for Kentucky, Tennessee, any of the states that got hit by these places. And please keep your prayers out for people like Miss M that's in the path of these storms now. Please. Uh, even if they slow down, that don't mean nothing. All it takes is one good wind to cause damage. Vince, how's it going? Caught me right at the end. But yeah, all it takes is, a good strong wind to cause issues. But I will catch you great people later. Until then, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.